Welcome back to KP's Kingdom, cooking with KP, and today this is something I saw on one of Gordon Ramsay's shows. He did not show you how to make it. I had to work it out for myself. Fleur De Lis chicken. Let's get on with it. First thing I'm going to do is make the sauce. So here I've got around about 150 grams of sliced button mushrooms. I'm just going to blitz those up in my little mini blender like you have seen me do before. If you are a regular viewer, you will notice that little machine gets an absolute workout. Around about 25 grams of butter into a small saucepan, and we're just going to put that blended and chopped up mushroom straight into a nice little saucepan, just like I'm doing there. And it's really important to make this sauce up first. Give it a little bit of pepper, freshly ground black pepper, straight in on top of the mushrooms while they soak up all of that beautiful butter, and a good pinch of salt as well. The mushrooms can really take that salt factor quite easily. Right, just keep cooking those mushrooms down and add maybe 2 tablespoons of dry white wine straight in on top, just to give those mushrooms a bit of a chance. Now once that has been absorbed, we can add in a few tablespoons, maybe 1/3 of a cup of some chicken stock, and look at that. Those mushrooms are starting to cook down quite nicely already. Right. So we're just going to keep cooking that down. Wait for those mushrooms to cook off. We're not going to puree this sauce. We're just going to make it a really nice textures type sauce. Now, once those mushrooms again have absorbed all of that liquid, I'm going to add in around about 200 grams of sour cream, or you could even use a creme fraiche if you wanted to. Now we're just going to melt that all down and mix all of that together, and that is going to give us the base for our sauce. Well, pretty much it is going to be our sauce. And we set that aside and let that sit while we get on with the rest of our recipe. I've also added in about 1 clove of garlic. Okay, just mix all of that through. Let's get on with the Fleur De Lis chicken proper. So I'm using the same little mixer, and you would normally use something like a crawfish or maybe lobster, but look, let's make this more realistic and budget. I've got 6 king prawns already cooked. They've gone in, and I've also added 2 seafood sticks. Alright, I've also added around about 1 cup of chopped spinach. I'm just using the frozen spinach, and the equivalent of around about 1/4 cup of mushroom. That all goes in. 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, 1.5 tablespoons of teaspoons of oregano, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and the equivalent to 2 cloves of garlic. That all goes straight into our little food processor, just like that. Alright. Now, what we want to do is we want to blitz this up and make this really cool little stuffing that is going to be for our Fleur De Lis chicken. It's going to take you a couple of minutes, and it might take you a couple of goes to make sure everything's nice and minced up. And that's the sort of texture that we're looking for. We don't want everything completely and utterly mangled and crumpled. Right, 3 chicken breasts. I'm just using a very, very nice, sharp, pointy knife. This is the reason why I bought this particular knife, and that's to cut little pockets in the chicken, although I do use it for other things as well. So you want to insert that knife in the thick end of the chicken breast. You want to go around about 3/4 of the way up and try and keep that nice and level and nice and even, and cut a beautiful little pocket into the chicken breast, just like that. Right, we're going to grab our stuffing that we've just made, and we're simply just going to stuff our chicken breasts as full as we possibly can with our mixture. And be careful, because if you put too much in or you push too hard, it can actually burst through that chicken breast, and it is not what we want at all. So we're just going to jam all of that in there, just like that. Just use your thumb and push it in, and try and get as much as you possibly can. And the amount of mixture that we've made, well, that would normally be for 6 breasts, but where's the fun in that? We want these nice and juicy and full of that beautiful seasoned stuffing. That beautiful seafood also goes in. Now, here in Australia, we don't get crawfish. closest thing we can get is Menon. That comes from WA, Western Australia, and is very, very expensive. And by using the king prawns and the seafood stick, we've made something quite affordable and quite easy to do. Alright, they're all stuffed. We're going to add a little bit of butter to a pan. That's going to be around about 25, maybe 30 grams worth of butter. I'm just going to melt that down in a fry pan, just like I'm doing there. Just add a little bit of some vegetable oil. It's going to help that butter from burning. And we're just going to add our chicken breasts nice into a hot pan. And we're going to cook these off for 4 minutes per side. So simply just put your little Fleur De Lis chicken breasts straight in the pan like that, and keep the thick part towards the center, and that way it will sort of cook a little bit more evenly. We're just going to season that up with a little bit more freshly ground black pepper like I'm doing there. And don't forget, we're going to add a little bit of salt as well. Just sprinkle that over the top. Alright, and once 4 minutes has gone past, we're going to turn those back over and cook those for 4 minutes on the other side. In the meantime, I have my oven sitting at 180 degrees Celsius or centigrade, depending on how you want to say it. It's 180 degrees C. Alright, I'm going to give that a little bit of a squeeze of lemon juice, fresh lemon juice straight over the top, and that pan is now going to go into the oven for 35 minutes at that said temperature of 180 C. Alright, now in the meantime, we've got our sauce. We're just going to rethermalize that sauce and bring that up to a nice little temperature. Just make it nice and warm. We don't want it too cool and we don't want it too hot. And we're going to put that sauce down on the base of our plate. And simply all we're going to do now is grab our Fleur De Lis chicken and place it on top. And how good does that look? We don't want the sauce over the top, we want it underneath. It works out absolutely beautifully. This chicken is nice and juicy in the most part, but getting towards that thin end, it can be a little dry, so just be aware of that. I'm just going to cut this in half here and let you have a look at how wonderful this meal looks. And look at that. Quite a simple recipe, quite easy. I want to see you try and make this one at home. Really tasty. The whole family will absolutely love it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button. Gives me confidence. Should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Hit that notifications bell. You'll be notified every time a new video goes up. Well, so YouTube says. Don't forget, we've got merch. Link is below. But more importantly, I want you to come and join the family. My family. Hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. I will catch you next time. Bye!